So many people go through life searching for something outside of themselves, waiting for permission, waiting for the right moment, waiting for some magic answer. But let me tell you something. You are not missing anything. You already have everything you need inside of you right now to create a life beyond anything you've imagined. You just have to unleash it. That's what we're here for. This weekend isn't about learning how to become someone else. It's about stripping away the lies, the limitations, the layers that have covered up your true self. It's about awakening the giant that's already living inside you. When you were a kid, you had dreams, you had energy, you were curious, you wanted more, and you believed it was possible. But somewhere along the line, life happened. You were told to be realistic. You experienced pain. You faced rejection. And maybe, just maybe, you started to believe that your power had limits. But that's not the truth. The truth is, you've just been conditioned to play small. And today, we break that pattern. Right here, right now, we're going to reclaim that fire, that drive, that raw hunger to grow, to love, to lead, to give, to become more. You don't need to be fixed. You're not broken. You need to remember who you are. And once you tap into that, once you truly feel that power again, you'll never go back to who you were before. You won't settle. You won't shrink. Because once that power is unleashed, the game changes. Your standard rises, your energy shifts, your life transforms, and not just for you, but for everyone you love. That's the gift you're about to give to yourself. And it starts right now. Let's go. Let me tell you something that will shift your entire life when you really get it. Your state is everything. I don't care how smart you are, how talented, how many resources you've got. If you're in a lousy state, you're going to make lousy decisions, period. You can have all the strategies in the world, but if you're in a place of fear, doubt, or hesitation, you won't use them. But when you're in a peak state, when your energy is high, when you're focused, when you're certain, you become unstoppable. Now, here's the truth most people miss. Your state is not determined by your circumstances. It's not about what's happening to you. It's about what you do within you. Every moment of every day, you're creating your state through three things: what you focus on, the language you use, and how you use your body. That's it. Change those three things, and boom, your state changes instantly. That's not philosophy. That's physiology. You ever notice how when you're slouched over, breathing shallow, saying things like, "I can't do this," how you feel? Versus when you stand tall, breathe deep, and speak with power? That's not coincidence. That's conditioning. That's what we're doing right now. We're retraining your nervous system to live in a peak state on demand, because when you can control your state, you control your mind. When you control your mind, you control your actions. And when you control your actions, guess what? You control your destiny. So when life throws you a curveball, and it will, you don't shrink. You don't react. You respond with power, with purpose, with clarity, because you've trained your body and mind to live in that powerful place. That's the edge. That's what separates the good from the great. And that's what you're here to master. There's a moment, just one moment, that can change your life forever. And that moment is the moment you make a real decision. Not a wish, not a would be nice. I'm talking about a decision. One with absolute commitment, no backdoor, no plan B, because when you decide with certainty, the universe moves. Your brain stops negotiating and starts executing. Most people think their life is shaped by their conditions, their background, their environment. That's not true. Your life is shaped by your decisions, plain and simple. Think about it. There's a point in your life where you decided something and everything changed. Maybe it was a decision to leave a job, start a relationship, end one, move to a new city, take control of your health. And you didn't have all the answers, but you had the courage. That one decision led to a new path, a new direction, a new destiny. That's how powerful you are. But here's the catch. Most people don't decide. They dabble. They hesitate. They say, let me think about it. Let me see what happens. And they stay stuck. Indecision is the thief of life. It robs you of your future. And we're not here to live that way. At Unleash the Power Within, we don't leave in maybe. We decide who we are, what we want, and what we will no longer tolerate. When you decide, really decide, you cut off all other possibilities. That's where freedom is. That's where power lives. That's the line in the sand where you say, this is my new standard. This is who I am now. And from that place, your life will never be the same. So right now, I want you to find that decision inside of you. Don't wait. Decide and move. This is your moment. You want to know what really holds people back? It's not the economy. It's not their upbringing. It's not even their lack of resources. What holds people back, what traps them, is the story they keep telling themselves. It's the beliefs they've built over time that say, I'm not enough. I always screw things up. People like me don't succeed. Or this is just how life is. And let me tell you right now, those beliefs are nothing more than lies you've repeated so many times they feel like truth, but they are not the truth. Every time you accept a limiting belief, you're handing over your power. You're letting your past define your future. And I'm here to remind you, you are not your past. Your past is a lesson, not a life sentence. The only reason it still has control is because you've given it meaning. And guess what? What you link pain or pleasure to will shape your entire destiny. So today we take that power back. We're not here to manage limiting beliefs. We're here to crush them, rip them out at the root. You do that by challenging them, by saying, is this really true, or is this just something I've been conditioned to believe? And then you replace that old weak belief with a new empowering one that moves you forward, one that aligns with the life you're here to live. Because the truth is, you're not broken, you're not stuck, you're just running a pattern. And once you become aware of that pattern, you can break it, you can replace it. And once you do, that's when the breakthrough happens. That's when your identity shifts. And when your identity shifts, your life follows. This is the moment to break free, not tomorrow, now. Clarity is power, but listen to me. Clarity without action is useless. It's not enough to know what you want. You've got to do something about it. And not just once, not just when it feels good. You've got to take massive, intelligent action. That's the secret. That's what separates people who dream from people who live their dreams. Because the truth is, you don't get rewarded for what you intend to do. You get rewarded for what you actually do consistently. Now, some people wait around trying to come up with the perfect plan, the perfect moment, the perfect strategy. But perfection is the enemy of progress. You don't need perfect, you need movement. Momentum is what changes your life. When you take action, even imperfect action, you get feedback, you learn, you adapt, and you grow. But if you sit still, overthink, hesitate, life will pass you by. And when I say intelligent action, I don't mean just running around doing more stuff. I mean aligning your actions with your vision, with your values, with what truly matters to you. That's when things start to click. That's when doors open, because now you're not just busy, you're on purpose. The truth is, execution trumps inspiration every single time. We all love the high, the energy, the motivation, but the real transformation happens when you follow through, when you make a plan and you act on it, when you raise your standard and you honor it. That's where real confidence comes from. Not hype, not talk, from knowing you show up when it counts. So what do you need to do right now? It's one action, one bold, meaningful step you can take before this day is over. Don't just think about it. Don't write it down for later. Do it. Because action is the gateway to freedom. You're not here just to have a good life. You're here to create an extraordinary one. And let me be clear, extraordinary doesn't mean perfect. It doesn't mean life without problem. It means a life on your terms, a life of passion, meaning, growth, and contribution. Because if all you do is chase success, more money, more recognition, more stuff, but you feel empty inside, that's not winning. That's the ultimate failure. Success without fulfillment is the ultimate failure. So what brings fulfillment? It's not just achievement. It's who you become in the process. It's living in alignment with your values. It's growing. It's giving. It's knowing you're living fully, not just existing. And the beautiful thing is you get to define what extraordinary means for you. It could be building a business, raising a family, transforming your body, or making a difference in your community. There's no one size fits all, but whatever your vision is, it has to light you up. It has to pull you forward. Because when you're pulled by a vision, instead of pushed by pressure, life becomes rich. And it's not about waiting until everything's perfect. It's about starting where you are with what you have and committing to progress. Progress equals happiness. When you feel like you're growing, when you're contributing beyond yourself, that's when you feel truly alive. So right now, I want you to ask yourself, what does an extraordinary life look like to you? And what's one small shift you can make today that moves you closer to it? This isn't theory. This is your life. You've unleashed something this weekend. You've awakened something deep inside. Now don't let it fade. Build it, feed it, live it. Because you deserve nothing less than an extraordinary life, and it starts right now.